The following program contains language, images, and/or subject matter that may be objectionable to some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
Direct from Albany, New York, it's time for the News Media Zone. With your hosts, Ed and Dave. Tonight, a look at this week's new film and DVD releases. And a chance to win free movie tickets with the poster pairs game. And now your hosts, Ed and Dave.
Hello, and welcome to the New Media Zone. Ed and Dave here, and Dave with you, along with Jim again. We haven't...
It's an unusual last name.
Now, as you recall, on an episode a year ago, we were on the precipice of the pandemic.
On the what?
Precipice.
Precipice.
And we didn't know if we could joke about it because some people were dying and things were just closing down after. It was a troubling time, but we all made it through, and Jim is back. The mandate has been lifted in the Cable 2000 studios. We just took the plastic between Dave and me away.
Which was well done, Ed, because it was very invisible.
It was. Nobody knew. So, how are you doing, Jim?
Oh, I'm doing great. I got my shot. My Pfizer.
Yeah, two
So
shots.
good to go. Two shots.
Two shots.
So feeling very brave to be out here. I'm a hero. I'm out here serving you, the American public. God bless you.
And
Who
you've
sneezed?
even been on a plane and
Yes.
traveling
yes,
around.
I went to California, and all fine out there, and I was on an air flight across the country, and there was no riot on board, so it was a welcome respite from the turmoil that one would see if one watches things on YouTube and World Star.
Is that the land of Gavin Newsom?
Maybe
Who-
not for long, but
But that's
yes.
what. Yes. Okay. Yes.
It's also
Recall.
the land of what's his name? Gavin McLeod. It's I think he lives out there
Oh,
too.
okay.
The captain from the Love Boat.
Yes.
Murray.
Maybe.
Come on, Murr.
He's
Shut
got to
up,
be
Ted.
closing in on 90. He's got to be.
Yeah, he's up there.
And he's been hairless since about age 25 when he was on.
Maybe Tyler Moore.
Well, he was on.
Oh, he showed up on the Dick Van Dyke Show.
What's the PT show with Ernest Borgnine?
McHale's Navy.
McHale's Navy. He was on McHale's Navy.
Yeah.
Now, I was just thinking as we had Jim stop by here, do you realize, Jim and Dave, that I believe this summer is 40 years
Whoa.
since we were doing those sketches for the Ed and Dave Comedy Half Hour?
Wow. A lifetime.
That was
40?
81. Well, we have to do some math, but this is 21, so it's easy, right? We just go back to 81.
It's easy for you to say.
And didn't Mick Jagger say something about if he was singing Satisfaction after he was 40 years old that he would want to kill himself? And now
We've already passed our dates many times. We thought we were going to stop taping in 2000 because of Cable 2000,
Right.
and when Screen Scenes ended, and the Media Zone. Now it's the New Media Zone.
and there was the great Comedy Unchained scandal of 1984.
Well, that's funny because tonight we have a sketch
Oh, no.
from Comedy Unchained.
Oh, gee.
One
Please
of our-
tell me no.
One of our sketches. Now, I think I found the tape going through the stuff, the unaired, the filming tape with
Yeah.
all the outtakes
Uh-huh.
and with just the tape. So I got to go through that and see what's on that thing.
Wow.
Wow. You know, and I also wanted to mention, we were talking about this before when we were taping the last, well, it's not really taping because we don't tape, but recording the last show. We mentioned this off air, and we didn't mention it on air. Producer Jim's birthday was
Right.
during the last episodes, the last set of tapings, and we were going to mention it, but we never did.
Right.
So I just wanted to mention that.
Belated.
I believe it was April 27th. But just wanted to mention that. We should have said it on the show, but we did not. Producer Jim's birthday.
I don't remember a lot of birthdays, only yours sort of, because there's 3 events in a row at the end of June,
Yes.
only one of which you still celebrate.
That is true. The ex-wife's the day before me, then there's mine, and then we got married the day after. So that was the 3 in a row.
Wow. Okay.
And, only the middle of the Oreo cookie survives.
Which date was that? I'll try and remember that one.
Which one?
Your birthday.
29.
29, okay,
29.
that's easy to remember.
But there you go.
Do you remember doing all the sketches in that summer? Such classics as the conductor sketches?
I remember thinking they were funny. and I know they're not. But I remember thinking they were funny. And I do remember doing some of those. But I tried to black them out.
And Jim was the Stones production manager on the Ed and Dave.
Wow.
Do you remember that?
I don't remember that.
I think you had a wig on, you were kind of stoned, and you had the headphones, and you were...
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then there was the one we were all hit with pies, I think, at the end.
Wow.
Do you remember that?
Oh my God.
Was that? You sure that was me?
Yes.
Wow.
And I think you were in the sketch. It was mainly based around the soundtrack from Somewhere in Time. It was a soap opera and the camera was panning up. And was it Jim or Dave who was on the couch with the old hands behind the arms like he was making out with somebody?
That was
Jim, I think.
Yeah, I was pretty good at that.
I'm pretty good at that now.
Yeah. Oh boy.
A lot of old fun sketches. As long as we're talking about our old sketches now,
Oh.
Oh no.
why not
I can come up with a few reasons.
take a look at one of our favorites, which evolved into a short film even, which I have to get put on, transferred from film,
Oh, no.
from Super 8 film. But this was the basis for that film. We were calling it Psycho 2.5 at the time, but since they did others, it is now referred to as Psycho 4, I think, in this sketch. So why don't we just take a look at
Norman, don't drink that tea. It has poison in it. You'll die like all the rest. Mother. Who else, Normie Wormy?
Mother, your hands. Blood. My God, blood.
Quiet, Norman. I had to kill that girl. She spilled coffee on my new carpet. Anything strange lately, Norman?
Strange? What do you mean strange? Like a murder?
You can say that.
Well, no murders here. Remember, I'm normal now.
You're normal, all right. The producer of this film ought to be locked up.
Hi, I need a room for the night.
A room?
Yes, you do have rooms, don't you?
No. Yes. We do have rooms. Here. Room 1.
Thanks. I think I'll take a shower.
No shower.
The water's rusted. No. The pipes. There's no hot pipes. No, that's not it. There's no hot water. The pipes are rusted. Yeah, that's it. It's good to have you back, Mother.
It's good to be back, Norman, dear.
Norman Bates is on the loose, and he's crazy. What's even crazier than him is this film, Psycho 4.
I now pronounce you man and wife. You may kiss the bride.
My mother will love you. I just know it.
My father will love you too.
But Mother, you'll like her. She's attractive, witty, and she does windows.
No, Norman. She'll not sleep in my house. I'll have no hanky-panky going on in my house.
But Mother!
No, Norman. No!
Father, when are you going to meet Norman?
Never. We can never meet. You know that.
But Father, he's so...
Crazy. He's crazy. He thinks his mother's still alive.
She is. She's just like you, sitting upstairs, staring out the window, just like you.
Hi, I'm Norman's mother. And I'm the father of Norman's wife.
Don't miss Psycho 4 with its unexpected twists and ironic ending. Psycho 4 at all Aunt Zelda's Pleasure Theaters. Check local listings for theaters and showtimes.
Wow.
There we have a classic sketch from Comedy Unchained series.
All right, Ed, what's next? After that fine. I mean, how can you top that?
So things are opening up. I believe we can go to the Regal now. With masks? Is that how?
I don't know. Now, according to, the CDC, masks not required for people who are vaccinated. However, businesses can require you to wear masks. So if you go into, say, a shopping mall or a grocery store, they may still want you to wear the mask. And I'm sure there'll be some lunatic screaming at the top of their lungs that they don't have to.
You know who one of them was Ricky Schroeder.
Oh,
apparently.
yes.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Calling Costco. Wasn't he he's yelling at the manager?
Yeah.
Telling people to boycott Costco?
What are you going to do?
I don't know.
Follow the rules. And then...
you can't... People can't... You're never happy. There's always something. You're not happy. Masks. No mask. Just live.
The camera's a little further away from you. This
I
time
know.
You have to bend over a little more.
Yeah, I hurt myself doing that.
We've been to the Spectrum Theater, also Landmark Theater, whatever it's called. We also went, the last time we went was before the most recent lifting of the masking stuff, to the Spectrum. And then prior to that, we had gone to a couple of pictures. We went to see the picture show.
You went to see the moving pictures?
The pictures. And they had a newsreel beforehand. It was wonderful. The theater up in Schenectady in the city, right there next to Proctor's. Bowtie. Yeah. And we saw a couple of films there where we sat in the back row by ourselves, and there were maybe 6 other people in the whole theater. Yeah. Saw the Denzel Washington movie.
I was going to ask if they had limits, but since there were very few people, I guess they didn't have.
Yeah, it really wasn't applicable at that time. Right. When we saw the film at Spectrum, there had been sort of an they had increased the capacity of theaters at that point, and Spectrum reopened, and you could buy seats by seating assignments, which was new for that theater. And my wife and I went into the theater and we sat down, and there was a guy sitting in the seat that we were assigned to, and it's and he moves like 1 seat over. I'm like, really? I mean, I'm not super paranoid, but there's a whole theater here. Can you maybe find your right seat? Anyway, just try to find the seat. If you go to see a film, please get out and see movies. I know the people want you to get out there and support the movie theaters. And when you get out there, just follow directions. Go where you're supposed to go, and don't cough on people. If you have to wear a mask, wear a mask. If not, don't.
Well said.
Yeah.
I think the Madison is open now. I happened to be driving by and I saw the marquee lit up. I was what's the word I'm looking for? Happy?
Yeah, that would do it. That would do it. Although some people are never happy, I've heard.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
I don't know which film I would go out to the theater and see. Possibly The Black Widow, because I've seen every Marvel film in the theater, or the James Bond film, which I've seen every one back to Diamonds Are Forever.
Ooh.
So those are the only two exceptions.
The Pluto TV is playing all the James Bond movies. They have like a James Bond channel, and they've been playing all of those films. I haven't watched them, but I see them on.
I always watch, I think it's a game show network on Pluto or somewhere, but the old match games are always entertaining.
Oh, God.
Gene Rayburn.
And you go, all those people are dead.
Yeah.
Oh, these people.
Except Gary Berghoff, who was never good on there, really. I
Well,
think
he's always hiding his hand. His flipper hand.
But he was missing a pinky, or what did he have there?
I think he had, like, I don't know,
Some?
well, never mind. Like a thalidomide flipper or something like that.
I think we have to call that a digital difference now. Remember the movie
He's
with
digitally challenged.
the kid with the facial differences?
Mask? Not Mask.
No, Wonder.
Rocky Dennis?
Was Wonder. This kid had facial differences. One scar appliance was on his face, and that was he was hiding there.
Okay.
Hello. Don't prick your finger on my point. I don't know what that. Don't finger your. You know,
hey,
you can.
It's okay to.
Yeah.
You can say that now, can't you?
No.
You can't say that now. 2021. We are doing DVD releases first here. There are things coming out.
Oh, isn't this the movie that killed Schwarzenegger's career?
Pretty much.
That's why it says last.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. I think I went out and saw that at the theater.
Wasn't that like a movie within a movie?
Yeah.
Kind of a thing?
Oh, very meta.
Ooh, Babe Watch.
This is remastered for your pleasure at home.
Oh,
What was the name of the Howard Stern spoof of Baywatch?
Son of the Beach.
Son of the...
That was actually fairly entertaining.
And pretty raunchy.
Yeah, I love the one with Gilbert Gottfried.
Knots Johnson. And
Yes.
all these odd names.
Gilbert Gottfried was Dracula.
Yeah.
What else?
All 9 seasons of that.
Oh. So it wasn't enough to be Josie and the Pussycats, but they had to be in outer space.
Do you remember when they went to outer space?
I don't even remember the show.
You don't remember Josie and the Pussycats?
I know of it. I mean, I've heard of it.
Josie and the Pussycats. Very creative lyrics.
It was all the same characters as Scooby-Doo, and even the voice of Shaggy there. What's his name?
Was it Casey Kasem?
Casey Kasem. And the one I just found out who did the Melanie, the blonde, was the one in Little Shop of Horrors and also Gremlins. Remember the wife in Gremlins of Dick Miller? She did the voice of Melody, which we'll discuss later.
Okay.
For all you fans of Josie.
How about Outlaw Josie
Whoa,
Wales? And the
there you
Pussycats?
go.
See now.
The 1976 King Kong. You know what I liked the roar he had in this one for some reason. I really like that. I wish it had more creatures to fight other than that lame snake that he just kind of ripped open.
I like as like a 13-year-old kid. I was like, wow, he ripped the snake faces. Yeah.
But it would if there were more creatures to fight, it would have been even better. I thought it was still a fairly good film for I think it took a lot of crap. That's what I say. But it's still I think it holds up okay.
I remember thinking that the wall that they recreated and I liked some of those effects. They created sort of a nice the sets were kind of interesting. The island they filmed on was really.
I'd like to know who played Kong though. Who was in the
Rick Baker?
Was it Rick Baker?
Yeah.
Back then he was still well. I guess that was his days.
It was one of his
70s to the 90s.
big things.
He was the 70s version of Andy Serkis with the dots all over him. Yeah.
I just got this, and it has the TV cut. In those days, when there was a long movie, that they would cut it into 2 nights.
Oh my God.
with additional footage, which should have been left out, but because I like King Kong, I'm looking at all the additional footage.
I like any film, Ed, with a giant monkey.
Yes, we found that.
Did you guys ever see 2 Minute Warning, the TV version,
Yes.
where they had to shoehorn in a freaking
another plot,
art?
wasn't there?
There was like an art studio nearby that was going to be ripped off. That the stampede of people leaving the stadium would set off the alarm, and then Earthquake they did as I remember. A two-night event. And they had an airplane coming into land just as the earthquake was happening, and it had that woman. I think her name was Deborah Lee Scott was in it.
Yeah. I remember seeing the airplane coming in, and even then the camera shaking. So it looks like everything is vibrating, even in the air.
Yes, yes. And then the runway, of course, splits open as they're taxiing. Anyway, I enjoyed Kong.
King Kong.
Kong.
Now, we just saw this a month ago, Dave.
We did.
After the taping.
We did.
And here it is out on Blu-ray, DVD, all that stuff.
It made a good amount of money, because it was released in theaters, as my father would say.
Yeah.
And I believe over...
What if your mother couldn't hear him?
It was okay. I was not thrilled with it. I mean, of course, the effects are spectacular, but it was all right. The pizza afterward was better, I think.
Did Kong have to battle an octopus in that one? Because I remember that being a thing in the
that was
Japanese
pretty good.
version. Yeah.
We may edit. I may edit this down, but I want to do them on this show.
Okay.
Rusty Young from Poco.
I think it's always sad. I always only include these if it's the lead singer.
Yes, because bass players are not important to you.
No. But I think it's always sad when somebody from our youth and our songs passes on.
Okay.
But it's 75. It's a decent run, I guess, right?
Yeah, it's not bad. It gives me 15 more years. Olympia Dukakis. I just like saying Dukakis.
Isn't there some kind of local connection with her? Does she have... is she from like Pittsfield or something?
Is she?
I don't know.
There is some regional...
You could be correct. Oscar winner for Moonstrike. And was it her...
Snap out of it! That was Cher that said that.
Was it Michael Dukakis? Is that a brother or a nephew, uncle, brother?
Cousin?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, Norman Lloyd! Died!
Norman Lloyd, who was last in Trainwreck.
Yes, right there with...
I didn't know he died.
Yes, the man who worked with Chaplin up until... was still alive a month ago. He worked with Charlie freaking Chaplin. Now tell me that guy doesn't have some great stories that they should have been recording and putting in a documentary for the history of film.
I know the Gilbert Gottfried podcast, they talk about how they tried to get him numerous times and
Really?
get him on there. But loved him as Dr. Auslander on St. Elsewhere.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
He was sort of the...
and he was 100 then.
I know, he looked...
He was 100, I guess, for that Amy Schumer movie. That was 6 years ago.
40 years ago. I mean, he was 60-something.
That's a shame, Dave.
Tawny Katane. I last saw her on an episode of Botched.
Oh, no.
Getting some kind of surgical thing. I don't remember what she was doing.
What was Botched, though? The bosoms?
Well, they do everything. They do whatever. They have one guy who does the rhinoplasty, and the other guy who does the boobs and the butt and liposuction and all that. I don't know what she was having done, or getting something corrected, perhaps.
I think the last I saw of her, she was a mugshot when she slugged that guy from the Los Angeles Angels.
Chuck Finley. She was married to Chuck Finley, the pitcher. And
Is she also connected to OJ in some way? I think she might have dated OJ at some point.
I believe you are correct.
Somehow she survived that.
Sad. Many fine hours we spent with Tawny in 1987, I think it was.
Those were pretty good videos.
Yeah. I don't recall.
Oh my God!
I don't remember this guy.
Now this is somebody you don't know, but you know him. Frank McRae, 80. Now looking at his credits here, he was in 4 Sylvester Stallone movies. I remember him mainly in Paradise Alley. which no one here has
No,
seen.
I've seen that one. That's the one where at the beginning they're jumping over. Aren't they racing and jumping from rooftop to rooftop?
Is Armand Asante in Paradise Alley or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, wow, good one.
This is the one that has the Sylvester Stallone theme song.
Yes, he sings it.
I'm too close
to paradise.
and too close to hell. And sometimes the difference is too old. It's worth it.
You gotta find that one.
I don't know what's better, that or your Mitch McConnell.
I don't know. Now,
what did they have his brother Frank doing?
Wasn't he in like Beverly Hills Cop or something? Was he one of those movies? He was the angry police captain. Maybe
yes.
48 Hours.
You got 20 minutes. You got 24 hours.
Oh, might have been that, but you know what he was in was The Last Action Hero.
Oh, really?
And of course,
Now he's the late action hero.
Who remember him up on top there as the guard who was humiliated at Wally World by Chevy Chase and made to sit on the ground there. He violated my dignity. And the James Bond movie, he was in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, yes, I saw that. Johnny Crawford died. Yeah, he had, I believe he was suffering, was it dementia or... I think he had that, yeah. So I was actually watching a YouTube video when I heard of his passing of I don't know if it was his 70th birthday or 72nd birthday. They were doing some kind of a fundraiser and they had him there, and it was unfortunate. He did not, talk much, but he seemed to be very aware of what was going on. But yes, Johnny Crawford from The Rifleman.
I think he was one of the ones that would turn up at the comic conventions, like depicted here in his child cowboy outfit. Kind of like Johnny Weissmuller running around the old folks' home in his loincloth. He thought he was Tarzan.
I heard Chuck Connors has a big rifle. Had a big
rifle. Oh no, another one?
Oh boy. Shaka G. 57.
We all remember
close to
I remember that. I do.
Do the Humpty Dance. Do you remember that?
Age yet? I couldn't. If you had said to me, "Who did
what
the
in the world?"
I wouldn't know. He was the lead singer, and Ed only puts on the lead singers from the Bay City Rollers with SATURDAY. Night.
Here's a fact: in the 8th grade art class, we had to take a song title and make an art type project out of it, and I chose Saturday Night, and I made the second Saturday Night a shadow of the first one.
Wow,
very creative with the song. But sad to see another one of our.
Didn't these guys have a Saturday morning show?
I believe they had some.
And it was like it had no ratings because you couldn't understand them with their Scottish accents.
Very.
Sid and Marty Krofft, another one of their productions, I think.
Oh.
And then some odd timing.
That's a nice shot.
Right after I got my Blu-ray.
That says he's about to be stomped by Kong.
Right. Prescott's.
He was a real jerk in that movie. He played a good jerk.
Yeah, and a lot of talk show appearances where he portrayed a jerk too.
Yes. There's a famous one that I've seen several times with Carson, where he's asking Carson, "Do you even care? Do you even care about your guests? Do you care what I'm doing?"
Good.
At some point, Carson goes,
elongated it.
Yeah. Carson goes, no, but I've got an hour to fill.
So, hey, it was nice to have Jim back. He'll be back for a few more shows as we go back in time with our old flashback shows. We'll have a lot of fun. So, we will see you then.
The New Media Zone has been a Cable 2000 production.